Good morning. It's another beautiful day in the garden. I've been trying to come out and make a video for the past week, but it's so hot during the day, so I tried coming out early this morning, but it's just like 8 o'clock and it's already sunny. My neighbor dog. Yeah, so I'm starting from this area and work my way back into the shade. This way is where I harvest all those herbs the other day, all the basil, and look how the basil is growing back. So I have to come and do another harvest so we can get some more basil. I put some peas in here. I like all of these pots have peas in the front and only 3 left. This one, and there's one in here. Yeah, this is a celery. The parsley are coming back. The tomatoes are doing well. I'm having baby tomatoes. These look like plum tomato. I don't know if it was like a red pear-shaped tomato. We'll see. These tomatoes were like leftover and I just stuck them in this pail to keep them alive until I find somewhere to plant them. But I didn't, so they're starting to produce as well. And it still needs dirt in it. And there are 2 plants stuck in here. Look at all these blossoms. My long squash is doing its thing. It's going up. I already gotten some male blossom, but it's going to take a while. But this is, oh, there's a female right here. Okay. Can you usually get a lot of male before you get a female? Okay. There's a female. Cool. The Malabar spinach are coming up, but I have some issue with slug. Slugs are eating them. I have to get something for that. When you put slug pellet, the birds eat them. So it doesn't make sense. And for my purple beans, this one seems to just come right here and stop. It's not going any further. So yesterday there was an old bungle on this. So I don't know if it was like too tight on one thing, so I loosened some off and separate them, and look at this. I think I put them about here, and look at this one. So maybe that's, they just want a release. That one is not so bad, but it kind of gets stunted at the top, so I'm gonna do the same thing with it because there's a lot of them and they're all twined up together. So maybe it just want to be released. So this is one of my pepper area. I have a couple of volunteer watermelon in here, and these are the llama beans in the back. They're falling forward, so I'm gonna come and put 2 bamboo stick and a card to hold them back. And look at this watermelon. This is all volunteer, and there's another one over the corner. I didn't even realize this one was getting so big. Hopefully I get some from that. Then of course this big potato tree decide to volunteer right in the middle, but that's cool. And my peppers are blossoming. Some of them have like blooms in them. These are sweet pepper. Don't ask me what color they are because I don't remember which is which. And this is a volunteer cucumber. I just leave it here. I pull out all the smaller ones and leave the bigger ones. So my fava bean are blossoming too. Yes, so they are leaning over on the peppers, so I'm gonna come back and try to get them off. Here my tomato on this side of the bed. Go over here so I can get my shadow on the phone. Yeah, it's not so much in the sun now. Yeah, these tomatoes are doing good. I'm getting blossoms on these. And this is supposed to be a spaghetti squash. This is one of the volunteer that I dug up and planted here. All these tree also volunteer, but spaghetti squash I put in here. This is another tomato to be staked, and that one to be staked. This one is still standing straight, so I have to come and put something and tie it onto it. I'm getting blossom on this one as well. Yeah, this is supposed to be those big round pumpkin. But these ones, they always take over the garden. You can make this area for them to crawl on, and last year they were all over the place. These are some butternut squash. And I have a zucchini in here. I took off the first sets of blossom on baby zucchini. It has 3 in it, but you can tell this one is not gonna make it. Oh, it's break as I touch it. It's a volunteer tomato. My one little watermelon I put in here, it's not moving much. It have a little blossom. This is an acorn squash, and it has 2 baby acorn on it. Let's hope they get pollinate. These are 3 more acorn squash in here. And look at that. I have an acorn squash. There's another one here. Hopefully they get pollinate. There are 3 plants right here. And zucchini. I have a zucchini there. Hopefully get pollinate. I unpollinate this one, but it didn't make it. This little one under the blossom. Yes, so this is my little pumpkin patch area. Now my squash are getting big and producing. Oh, and this other one over here is supposed to be the long neck pumpkin. And look, I don't know if any of you guys can remember when I planted these, how small they were. So I have 2 in here, and the blossom hasn't been open yet, but you can see where it's gonna blossom. Then it start running off here. I have lots of space for that. This is where I harvested some of my garlic, and I planted some corn yesterday, and these are the other garlic to be harvested. I have to try and do this fast now. Telling me that my phone is overeating. It's just after 8 in the morning. Anyway, I have some snow peas to come and harvest. These things never stop giving. And over here, I have some more tomatoes. I have to do this fast before the phone shut down on me. There's another set of tomatoes, which is doing fine. And behind me are the cauliflowers. These aren't doing anything yet, but I see the middle looks kind of collapsing in. So I'm wondering if that means it's making something. Got the broccoli already did, and I'm harvesting from those. Well, let's see. I planted cauliflower last year, but I remember it took a long time to produce. But I didn't have broccoli last year to compare it with. So we'll see. These are those peas I planted a couple of weeks ago. They're doing amazing. What it's a bush bean. but it look like it's gonna be runner bean. Don't tell me it's runner bean. I didn't prepare for any trellis for these. Okay, yeah, my broccolis are giving me some beautiful offshoots. Yeah, I'm gonna come in and harvest those. There's some more, but these are smaller. I think I have some larger ones over here. Yeah, these are ready to be harvested. And there's a little one in there. Still have a broccoli in there to harvest. So this is where I harvest my carrots from. I put some corn. Where's the sun coming from? I put some corn in this area, and over here I put some more beets. Okay, the plan was to put carrots, but I needed more corn because my corn went in late, and about July I always, this time June, July I always plant a second set, and by September I'm harvesting them. And this is one of my peas area, and it's loaded with baby peas. I was watching this girl yesterday an allotment in UK, and she was cutting the top of her peas off. I'm not sure if I'm that brave because it have blossom up there. And this is a volunteer potato. Every year I get a volunteer in here. And this is a squash, was growing somewhere and I put it in here. There were lots of little shoots. I'm not sure what it is yet. Hope it's nothing like a pumpkin to run and take over the area. And I have a couple of sweet potatoes I put in here. One already dug out, replant, dug out, it got dried up. So I have 3 in here, and guess what? The pumpkin is growing over them. Over here are my eggplants. I'm trying to find where the sun is. That's one of the eggplant. And there's the other one. I have a zinnia in here. And there was an okra in the middle, and it's gone. Something is walking through and breaking the stuff. And this is one of my eggplant, and I think it's crowded out by the rhubarb. So I'm gonna take out the rhubarbs today. It's supposed to harvest in June. And this is my Scotch bonnet. This is the only one survive, and it's making its way up. So I'm not gonna be cursing that anymore. This is my other pepper area. Everything is doing good. These are the chili. The chilies are blossoming. And these are sweet peppers. So we'll just wait and see what color these are. And I also have a volunteer ground cherry coming up in here. This is my other peas patch. And look at it. Look at all those peas. Can't wait to start picking. But the funny thing is, this pea is supposed to be purple. Wow, it's so loaded. I haven't been looking at it for a while. Well, I'm here now because I'm doing the video. I realized how much was on it. Okay, hopefully I can get at least a quart of sweet peas. Put in my freezer. This is where I experiment with the scone and the cardboard. And I keep keeping it moist. Hopefully the corn root will poke through the cardboard. Need weeding. But I lost a lot of them because animals keep digging them out. Also put some black eyed peas in here. Black eyed peas was all over, so it would go up with the corn. So I think they dug them out and eat the seeds. it pees itself. But I have a survivor here, a survivor there. And I think I just glimpse a little one coming up somewhere else. Oh, here's one also. Look at that scratch. I don't know why they come through and scratch. What is so sweet in my garden? There's a lot of ground cherry coming up in here. I'm gonna come and weed all of those out. This is where I harvest some potatoes. I was gonna put corn in here. I understand that you can't plant corn after you harvest potato. So I'm gonna put some peas in here. Look at this hole. Look. I saw a squirrel digging through yesterday. So I'm gonna fold this with peas and see if it will survive. These are my okras I started from seeds outside. They're doing well. Okra number 4 has already kicked the bucket a long time ago. So I replaced it and they also took that out. So I'm not gonna put back any more in it. Okay, so this is my okra. Hopefully I can get at least a quart back for the freezer. Over here, the oregano has been fully regrown. These are some fava / lima bean. Can't remember which one I put here. I know I have a handful. I was just sticking them here and there. Yeah, and I'm gonna be harvesting that rhubarb as well. Yeah, this is one of my little herb bed. I have some onions over here. Sometimes I stuck some tomatoes over there. I put some peppers in here. These onions can come out soon. This one start to fall over. I already let the grandkids harvest some from here when they came the other day. Yep, I have a volunteer potato. I have some cauliflower left over that I have. I just stuck them in here. And another time on the year. And I already took out all the garlics that was in here. Yeah, this is where I harvested my beets from. I was gonna put more beets, change my mind because I have all these potatoes to plant. I didn't want to put them in the ground to fall to the same fate as my Irish potato. So I figure if I put them up here, the animals won't come up here and eat them when they start to produce. Yes, so, and it will be easier for me to harvest too. Yeah, these are onions that I started outdoor from seed and transplant them over here. They're doing fantastic. These are my purple onion seeds. Can't wait for them to dry. I'm gonna lean it back into the bed so if any seed drop later, it won't go on the ground. It will fall in the bed. Yeah, and I have some celery growing in here. I have a pepper here. More celery, parsley, and some pepper along that side. I have a kale at that end and another kale in this end. Yeah, so this bed is doing fine. Look at this. This is where I harvest all those Swiss chard from. And I let it be. I didn't want to plant anything else because all those little insects in the soil. So I have volunteer squash coming up in the cabbage. So I allow it to run. So this area is filled up with squash. And I still have my cabbage over here. I think I'm gonna harvest a cabbage today. This one is so tempting to cut. And I'm gonna cut it today. Yep. I have no control when it comes to stuff like this. To let it stay to full maturity and then harvest. Nah, it look ready to me, so I'm gonna cut it. This is another set of my Tomato. I'm trying to cover the phone from the sun. Yeah, I gave them a deep pruning yesterday, cut off all some branches with blossom. Ah, but you know what? I have more branches than trellis to tie them on, so I cut some off. Guys, some of them are still there without any trellis. I have to come and get something to tie that back one on. And these are giving me tomatoes. I think I saw tomatoes somewhere yesterday. Yeah, they're starting to get tomato eyes. Look at all those flowers. I'm trying to remember where I saw tomatoes yesterday. Yeah, this one has, I leave 2 main branches on this one. I tied one on that. This one have about 4 branches, but they're so big and beautiful I couldn't cut those off. These are some of the one I cut off with the blossom on it. Ah, it's painful, but yeah, they're supposed to be all beefsteak on this side. Yes, and this one here, it was broken off from the root. I stuck it back in the ground and look at it. It's racing to catch up back with his brother and sister. Yeah, the peppers on this side are doing fantastic as well. Yeah, those ground cherry, I stopped weeding them out. And these are growing, but you see that ground cherry grow right where they put tomato, that pepper is, so the pepper is not growing. Look at the pepper beside it compared to that. Yeah, I lost this pepper. Something break it. And I have 2 jalapeno here. That's the only thing I remember what I put in here. And I might pull all of these potatoes out today. See, they're covered with all those red spots are cayenne pepper. But like I keep finding potatoes all over the place. Because they don't eat it where they take it from. They took it to a special space and just sit there and enjoy themselves. I found another pile again. Okay, each time you move the peels, you find them. I have a squash coming in there. So it's coming up volunteer somewhere and I stuck it in there. I have no idea what it is. Whether it's gonna be zucchini or what. Yeah, I still have harvested these potatoes in the bucket yet. 2 that I left behind. But what I realized, I don't think they're taking it from the bucket. They're taking it from somewhere and they take it to the bucket and eat it like this one. You can't see where they were eating it. But you don't see any holes in here where they dig it from. So they bring it in here and eat. Yes, so I still have all of these 4 containers here to harvest. And I have some sweet potato coming up in this one. The sweet potato in this one, I have to pull this one back out in the sun. There's a pile of potatoes in here. See, they're not coming back and eating these, you know. You just see a fresh one here and there every morning. We have some Brussels sprout in the back. I don't see anything sprouting yet. Last year, I think by this time they started to sprout. I'm not sure. Yeah, and these are some tomatoes I have left over. I stuck about 3 or 4 of them in this container just to keep them alive until I could transplant them. I didn't. They're coming up. They're doing well. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And this is another one. I staked this one yesterday, and it's also blossoming. This is what I have on the table. These supposed to be bush bean, and look, it's running. So I think that was the yellow one, the wax bean I planted. Kind of one of the seed have the black spot on it, and one is pure white. I thought the pure white one was the green bush bean. Anyway, look at my strawberry. It needs space to grow, but if I take this cover off, the animals are gonna go in and scratch it out. I got a strawberry yesterday. If I didn't do this, I wouldn't get that strawberry. And when my grandkids came here the other day, at least 2 of them get strawberry from it. And these are some okras I have left over. I stuck them in here, hoping they would run over the edge so I could hang it. Let's see what's going on with that. Yeah, so these are what I have on the table. There's some peppers in the back. I harvested rosemary yesterday, that's in the dehydrator. More peppers, and I harvest the sage, it's in the dehydrator as well. And more peppers, a cilantro. These onions are onions I have growing inside the house, so I planted them in here. Some of them are holding up strong, some of them neck weak, like they're dying back, but these are really tight. We have some sweet potato here, and some sweet potato. This is not the ideal thing to plant the sweet potato in, because it's shallow, but at least it's up half the ground, and I'm gonna fill it up more with some compost. Here, these are some more peppers in the back row. Yes, I'm in the shade now. Yeah, this is my little herb garden. Everything in here is looking good. The table is all filled out now. I have all these onions. I was clearing the root yesterday. They call it spooning or whatever. I have a pepper stuck over there. I have some celery. These are all celeries in here in the front. These are parsley. I harvest, they're coming back. These are 2 volunteer tomatoes that the animal dug out of that bed. I just stuck the 2 of them in here together to keep them alive until I can put them somewhere. Still in here, and they're doing good. So I don't know if I should just let them stay or not. The lettuce I sowed in here, I just transplanted a couple. There's a pepper cover up in here. These are the green onions. I want this to get bigger so I can harvest the top and see if I can get another harvest before the season over. Yes, these are a tomato I put in that little pot over there. It's blossoming. I forget the name of this plant. See if the sticker is still in it. Geranium, I think. Geranium or something like that it's called. I overwinter this inside the kitchen, and look, I'm gonna get flowers. Look at it. It came out here, it was so scrawny. It's full of foliage now, and gonna give me flowers. So I can hang this in a little while. And look at all those zinnia. I don't know if you remember those little half-dead zinnia I put in there. And these cosmos. Everything is coming up. Parsley going to seed. I'm gonna let that stay so I can save some seeds. This is the area I have that giant oh, I forgot the name of it, growing with a ton of seeds. So I took it out yesterday and I saved some seeds, because when it dry it just pop open and they fall back in it. So these are fully, they're like really full. So I'm gonna see if I can dry it and save the seeds. Yep. This day now, when I came back from my trip, I don't know how many days it was out of the soil and it was dried up, but I stick it in here and look, it's coming back to life. Because this Dana was supposed to be over there. It should be like this one because they plant at the same time. But there's something in the corner they keep digging for. My cucumber, all my peas that was on the back to grow on this trellis were all dug out. The cucumber was dug out. I couldn't save that because it was far gone. And this was a tomato I put here. I was save this tomato because it was covered up under the dirt that they scratched. I put it back and it's coming. And this, I don't know the name of this flowers, but I have it in the front. Every other year it bloom. It's blooming in the front now. I took this piece from the front and bring it here. So I don't know if because I transplant it, I have to wait till next year for bloom. Yeah, and this one was a leftover tomato too. I stuck in here and it's giving me blossom. Most of these tomatoes I have no idea because I didn't label them, I just plant them. I don't mind the surprise. I have a garlic coming up in here. When I harvest the rest of my garlic, I'm going to take this one. Yes, so this is going to be it, my friend, for my garden update. I can't wait for those zinnias to open and brighten up this corner. And look at my table, it's all covered now. It's so lush and green inside there. Can you imagine sitting out here in the morning with your coffee and looking at all this beautiful greenery around you? So that's why I want this zinnia to pop open so I can enjoy that too. My plan was to have this box covered with flowers, but nah. Anyway, my friend, this is gonna be it for now. Thanks for watching. Hope you like this video. If you do, please leave a thumbs up. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this video. Please share it with your friends. Please subscribe to my channel so you can see what I'll be doing next in the garden, where I'm going to be harvesting and preserving for the winter. Thanks for watching, my friend. Bye.